Hey, this is Teeco Steve, and welcome to our podcast, where entrepreneurs come together to experience a better business for a better life and a better life for a better business. Hey, Teeco Steve here. Welcome to a brand new podcast, episode 1. This podcast is for small to medium-sized business owners and managers who want to learn, who are willing to share, and who are interested in the entrepreneurial journey. But most importantly, it's for those who realize that this entrepreneurial enterprise that we have is a gift. It allows us to live the life that we want to the fullest. It allows us to have better life for a better business and a better business for a better life. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me share my story. I'm right now starting my third business. Becky and I have raised a family. We've got 3 awesome sons, and they have 3 awesome partners. They live in 3 different states spread out across the country. My beautiful wife, Becky, has been married to me for 33 years. And Becky and I, in 1997, started our very first business. This business was a tent rental business. We would come to your backyard, we'd set up some tents and some tables and chairs so that you could have a small to medium-sized gathering right in your backyard. We would do the same thing for corporations, set up large tents, lots of tables and chairs for hundreds or thousands of people to come and have a big corporate event. We did really good from nothing till 3 years later. We grew this business. We had an awesome business. We grew close to $1 million. We owned a building. We had a number of trucks. We had a lot of inventory. We had employees. So our business was going awesome. But something happened in that 3 years. And it happened on one day. You see, as a leader of that business, I lost my spark in one day. I had been working very hard, 12 to 15-hour days, 5 to 7 days in a row. And I walked into the house after a long day, and my oldest son, Andy, who at the time was a little bit above my knee, he looked at me, he screamed, and he ran over to his mom. And I realized at that moment I had grown an awesome business, but there was something wrong in my life. Andy, my son, didn't know me. He didn't have the relationship with me that a son should have. And I looked at my wife and I realized I had not been spending the time that I needed to spend to have an awesome marriage. And immediately I also knew that I had been spending no time with my friends, and those relationships were completely neglected. The life side of my business was suffering, although my business was awesome. And it was at that point I made a commitment to myself to change. To make a change in my life so that I would have a better life and have a better business. I spent the next 3 months talking to my wife and talking to other mentors in my life to figure out how to get that spark back. And after 3 months, I realized that we had 3 options. I could get bigger, we could stay the same, or we could just get out of the business altogether. When my wife and I reflected on getting bigger, many people in our lives were telling us that that's the answer to our problems. Get bigger and grow that business. But we started looking at it and we thought, we're only going to grow our problems. Those problems are only going to get bigger and are going to require much more of our time that we really wanted to spend with our family and our son to repair those relationships that we didn't have. So that option was off the table for us because we wanted to repair those relationships and become better people. So we decided to stay the same because a few of the mentors in our lives were talking about, why don't you just not grow sales, but focus on growing profit? And with the extra time you have, you can spend it with your family, your friends, and on your marriage. And to us at that point, it made sense. And it actually led us later to get out of the business. But focusing on not growing the sales and growing profits, we learned a lot. I learned how to become a better business person. I learned about what it meant for better business. I learned about how to manage people. I learned about processes. I learned about marketing, sales, and finance. But equally important, I learned about a better life. I learned how to become a better husband, a better father, a better son, a better brother, and friend. But most important of all, the unexpected gift in the whole thing was that I learned the two were related. That the better I got at business, the better my life became. The more I focused on my life, the better the business became. Better lives for better business for better lives. It became circular. And in this process of staying the same and getting better at both of those things, we invented a washing machine that washed our tents. Through my finances and taking a look at my processes, I realized that we needed to make our cleaning process a lot more efficient. So focusing on my business, I developed this washing machine. And I also realized I was the only person in the world who had this machine, and other companies across the world would be buying this machine from me. And in fact, at this point, a few had already. So I got out of the tent rental business, and we went into selling this washing machine to other tent rental companies like us across the world. But before I did that, I got really clear about this new business. I made a commitment that this business was going to serve me and my family, and I am not going to be the slave to this new business. In other words, I was going to take better business for better lives and better lives for better business to the next level. And for the next 15 years, that business grew. We are now the number one provider of these machines across the world. The business continues to grow, and I grew tremendously personally. My life got a lot better. And that leads me to this podcast. I am passionate about this entrepreneurial journey. I am passionate that an entrepreneurial enterprise for a small to medium-sized business has the possibility to be a gift for those who manage it and own it so that they can live life to the fullest. But I also understand that we as managers and owners of those businesses have to learn to work differently. The work that we put in to start this business and get it rolling is required. It's grit. It's about just making things happen and pushing as hard as we can every day. Once that business is rolling and continues on, we got to learn how to work differently. And the first step we have to do is to learn how to be profitable where we're at. We have to learn how to become better business people so that our business will get better. We have to learn about finances. We have to learn about process, efficiencies. But most importantly, we have to learn that we suck at some things. And we have to learn how to put people around us who are awesome at the things that we're bad at. That's a really important lesson. And when this business then becomes profitable, we then have an option to grow it or just stay the same. In the process of learning to work differently, we also have to focus on ourselves. We have to become better people. We have to live better lives. We have to become people that others want to follow. We have to learn how to become true to ourselves so that others will be true to us. This work is called inner work, and it's really hard. So what's next? Episode 2 is next, and I'm excited about episode 2 because we're going to talk about finance. And we're going to give you the tools that you can implement in your business immediately to become a better business that focus on finance. And we're also going to spend some time in episode number 2 reflecting on what finances mean for your life and things that you might be able to do in your personal life to affect the overall global picture of finances in your business and your life. Teeco Steve here. Thanks for listening to episode 1. We are very excited for the years to come and walking this journey with you. Stay tuned for episode 2. We'll see you.